Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Modding Tutorials. And in this episode, this will be another part of the Advanced Block series. And in this episode, as I've had a couple of questions, couple of comments asking how do you make a block drop two different items. So in here we've just got our basic block code. So we're just defining the object, setting the block name, setting the ID, registering it, adding the name, and adding a shapeless recipe. And yes, I am now coding with 1.2.3. And the main change of 1.2.3, I'll just tell you now, is in the old one it used to add name and register block used to be capitals, but now they're not. So that might throw a few people. But then obviously it's this object is of the block advanced class. So here we have our block advanced class. Now I've been doing a bit of playing around and trying to get this to work, and as far as I can see there's no default methods that will kind of help doing this. But the first thing we need to do is, if we go into the block class here and search for ID dropped, which we covered in the last tutorial, and then copy this whole statement. So public int ID dropped, it has an integer called par1, or you can call it I or whatever. We'll just leave it as par1. Then you have a random object of par2 random, and an integer of par3. So we covered that last time, but we want to make that 0 because the way we're going to do this, we don't want this interfering with what's dropping. And the only way I can see to do this is if we go into block and then we go on destroyed, on block destroyed by player. That's what we want. So if we put this method in here from the block class, on block destroyed by player, and it takes a world variable of world object of world, an integer variable of I, int of j, int of k, and an integer of l. So basically what this is saying is this method here will run when the player destroys this block. So basically what we want to do is, this bit is kind of complicated and confusing, so I'll go slow, is you want to make an object of entity item, we're just going to call it EI, and it's going to equal to a new entity item, which takes a couple of variables. As you see, there's two options. We want the second one. So we have our world variable, so here, then we have this as I, this as j, and this as k. And then this last one that's null wants to be an item stack. So we want to add a new item stack, and we're just going to put, say, item.arrow. So as you can see, I'll just run you through it again. We're creating a new object of entity item called EI, and it's equal to a new entity item which takes the variables world, which is this, I, which is this variable, j, which is this variable, k, which is this variable, and an item stack of item arrow. So then the next thing we want to do is world dot spawn entity in world, and then we just pass that entity item variable, so the EI, into the spawn entity in world. And basically what that will do is it will basically your world variable, so that's world that the player is in. The I, j, and k variable are the position in which the block is placed, and I'm not sure what the L variable does, but then I would presume it's the block ID, but I'm not sure. And then we're creating an entity item which bless me, sorry about that, which is a new object of entity item, and then it's in our world variable here. So, and basically once it's spawned in the world, it's going to be at the IJK location, which is where our block has just broken, and is going to return a new item stack of item arrow. So obviously with this we're going to want to create more than one drop. So basically all we do for that is change the name of the object and then change it here as well. So we're just going to put EI1, EI2, and then you just want to simply change what it drops. So we can have an apple red, or we can have a block of clay, or if we want we can have our something from our mod underscore class. So block mod underscore advanced block dot, okay, maybe I spelled that wrong, advanced blocks dot advanced block, but that basically, wait, dot advanced block, so we can make it return itself. But instead of doing that, we could just write block ID here, because the block ID, even though that won't work for some reason, you might be able to return this. Yeah, you could just return this because we're making it so we break this block advanced, and then it will return this, which is our block advanced, if that makes sense. But we're just going to return, say, block bedrock. Why not? So if we save that and then run it, when we break our block we should get 3 items. And I've just realised I'm recording in full screen mode, I believe. Wait, where's the screen? Won't even show me. Okay, I think we're recording in full screen mode. Sorry about that. Sorry if it's hard to see. But this should be in 1080p, so you should be able to see it quite well. And I just made a quick recipe for this. Oh, I got lag. I'll just grab this. Okay, so we have 64 of our advanced blocks, and if we put it down, as we set it to on block destroyed by player, if we destroy it, as you can see, it returns our 3 things that we set it to. So it returns our apple, our bedrock, and our arrow. So obviously we can make loads of them and it will always return that. And if we want to, we could add even more or even less. And then you can add this to any of these statements. So on block removal, probably a good one. So whenever the block is removed, it will drop it. You could add it to anything. I mean, if you just place the block, you could make it drop an item if you wanted to. Yeah, on block placed, or when you click it, like make a dispenser kind of thing. So yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. It's been quite a long tutorial. Just messing about and I figured that out. So I hope that helped you with your mods. The next episode, I'm probably just going to cover some more methods that you can use. And we'll move on to like custom rendering and rotations and awesome stuff to make your blocks look awesome. A quick update about my mods. I have just released BT API, which is my API button. It was originally called Button Texture API because basically you can make a button with your own texture. But I've added loads more cool methods in, like hyperlinks, underlined text, you know, like the furnace texture, the background box thing, and all the default things. You can make a custom sized box and all sorts of stuff with that. That's updated to 1.2.3. And also, what is it? The Pac-Man mod has been updated to 1.2.3, which has pretty cool arcade custom renderer block on it. I'll show you how to do that at some point. And I fixed, there was a bug with it. If the Pac-Man and the ghost overlap, then sometimes you wouldn't die, or you wouldn't eat it if it was flashing blue and white, if you know what I mean. So I fixed that bug. Please, if you go on my mods, please comment and like leave your suggestions and stuff, and follow me on Twitter. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that tutorial helped, and I'll see you in my next video.